Are you ready for this?
Let's do it.
All right, here we go.
I didn't have these headphones on last time.
And welcome back to the Hot Rod Lounge. My name is Travis. We got this is show number 14.
Really?
And I don't say this enough about the show, but if you don't know about the show, we're actually a show about cars. We do drags races. We talk about NASCAR. We talk about everything about cars. So just in case you didn't really know, we are brought to you by Scott's Media Group and sponsored by Riverside Ford of Tulsa. And Riverside always wants you to know they're always by your side. And our special host for the evening, Mr. Randy Pierce.
All right.
How are you, sir?
T. Hall. How are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Good. I ain't seen you in like 2 days.
I don't even think it's been 24 hours.
I don't either. Hey, does your grandma know you got her readers on?
I borrowed them from her because my glasses broke.
Yeah.
But I am told they match my beard. Someone said I'd look good in them.
Well,
No?
gray glasses, gray beards. That's the way you're supposed to go?
I guess. They said it looked like
Well, as he says
professor.
this, he has his readers in his hand. We all put our readers on now at the same time.
we're old.
Look, old age
when we-
is not for the faint of heart.
It catches up with everybody.
And when we have things we have to read,
Right.
Well, yeah, and then
we're going to have to do
And
that.
then our illustrious producer, TJ Hall, brings us these scripts
No, I didn't bring those. That was him.
and
We'll get to that.
in a 8.5 font.
That's generous, too. I mean, I think it's 7, really.
This is handy, but hey, TJ or Travis, how you been? You been good?
I've been good. I've
Since
been
the
good.
last show, we were out with O'Shane at the racetrack.
Yeah. I really enjoyed that too. I thought that was a good show.
That was like good times and noodle salad. You know what I'm saying?
Did you realize how much he in
what?
the racing world he was kind of in?
Well,
I didn't realize his.
I'd hope so.
Well, I mean, I shouldn't.
He drove a race car for Kyle Larson. I hope he would be deep in the racing environment.
Maybe next time Kyle's out here, we can get him to come on the show.
I bet we could.
I bet we could.
That'd be almost as exciting as you and me and Steve McQueen, Han, and TJ.
And TJ. Yeah. And we should probably mention about Earl.
Earl took a vacation and went to Hawaii.
Okay.
Okay.
That's not what I heard, but okay. Whatever.
Well, I mean, that's better than the lie he told us. Oh, I got to have the LASIX on my eyeballs.
Right.
Okay. That's like getting up on Monday morning and calling in sick to work,
Well,
which you only do unless you work in service.
is that a thing?
All service employees call in sick on Fridays and Mondays.
So they can get a long weekend.
And for all you folks that are going to comment that that's wrong, I have the data to back it up.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. HR information.
HR.
Hey, this is going to be a great show. You know, we're back on the showroom floor at Riverside.
Yep.
It is the sun is shining.
It's going to be in our eyes in a minute.
What is it? PT used to say, the sun is shining. No, the flags are flying. The sun is shining, and people are buying.
All right.
Remember PT 109?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
He used to say that all the time. And we've got we got Steve McQueen on back from his tick
That's
infraction.
right. Well,
Was it a tick or a spider?
So here's what happened. So I called the guys and said, I can't make it because I had this welt on my arm. I mean, it was a hard, welt like a pea under my skin. And I go to the doctor and the doctor looked at it. She goes, well, come back when it gets worse. I'm like, what? Come back when it gets worse. Okay.
Yeah.
So thankfully it got better before it got worse. But she acknowledged that is a spider bite. Just come back.
What you're saying, Doc, is when my arm falls off,
That's
come
right.
back and see you.
When that looks a lot worse,
Well,
come back.
it looks like it went down. Or
It
went
did.
Away.
It went away. But yeah, there was no question.
but
it was a spider bite.
This is what happens when you have to get up every morning and exercise your wolf pup.
That's right. The princess. Well, we do a lot of trail hiking and stuff like that, walking every morning.
Have you seen pictures of this dog?
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We know what we haven't met him yet.
It's
Or
the
her.
it's the princess.
Frankly, I'm scared.
Well, she's getting professionally trained for all the teeth and all that stuff.
This thing looks, I like dogs, but
Right?
this thing looks like something that ought to jump out of the back of a patrol car and chase you
A
down.
Belgian Malinois is designed to do just that.
Yeah.
And so this isn't a dog for the average family in America. You have to have time to handle this dog, to train this dog, because she takes a lot of effort. But she's great.
Just like my dog, yeah.
Absolutely. Wouldn't change it. When our kids were younger, I didn't have the time because we had soccer, because we had school events, all that sort of thing.
Right.
Now she definitely fills that time. And we walk every day. We hike every
It's
weekend.
good for
She's
you,
great.
too. I mean, I'm supposed to walk my dogs, too, but
Yeah.
I just throw the ball.
Let's see, you walk your dog.
Yep.
Okay. You walk your dog.
All the time.
And you're supposed to walk your dog.
Yep.
I bought my dog a stroller
There you go. That's right. That's right. She walks you.
because old Jack, the Cocker Spaniel, you know, he ain't in. He wants to go out
Yeah.
and he'll go to the gathering place with you, but, you know, here to the wall, Dad, I'm done.
Right.
Okay. He's a couch potato dog.
Yeah, that's the opposite for me. My dog wants to take me down the road, and I spend so much time fighting him.
Right.
I get back, and my back is just done.
Well, what is it?
It's a
A beagle.
It's a wiener dog. My back is just done.
It's a wiener dog.
it's an Australian.
Whatever. It's a wiener dog.
It's an English Shepherd.
English Shepherd. Yeah.
All right.
And then I have a husky.
Yeah, you do have a husky.
And it's not like a military dog, but same amount of work.
Same amount of
Yeah,
work.
a lot of work.
Yeah, they are. And he comes over, and it's a lot.
Okay, so you talk about a husky. It was 3 winters ago. And if folks are familiar with where Riverside sits, Riverside Ford, there's an industrial park behind us. Okay? So it's January, December, somewhere in there. And that was when some of this road was tore up. And to get to the highway, I had to go through the industrial park, 41st and up. It's now, it's a division of Halliburton, but I don't remember the name of it. It was an empty warehouse at the time, okay? And there's a doghouse in the corner of the parking lot. And so I get to looking, what is this? Well, then I notice of a morning, there's a husky, female husky setting, you remember this?
Yes, I do remember this.
Sitting next to that doghouse. So I kept watching. Well, the guy that worked or oversaw that warehouse, he couldn't catch her, but he set up this doghouse and was feeding her because somebody had dumped her down here.
That's a shame.
Well, it was a crying shame. So me and Gina,
Yeah.
big dog lover,
And the other guy, when he helping too, the one that died.
that Doug
yeah.
Winnett. And so we decided we're going to try to rescue this dog. Well, there's a lady working down there that sees all this, and she says, if you can catch her, I'll take her. So Gina calls, for lack of a better word, the dog whisperer. This lady goes over there. Hey, I'm going to go over about noon today. Let me see what I can find. About 12:20, she calls us, and she says, I got this dog. How'd you do that? She says, it's an industrial secret. Really? She says, yep,
Wow.
it's called Chicken.
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 And so she went and bought some, like, chicken nuggets or something.
Nuggets, McDonald's.
And she'd throw one to the dog, and every time she'd throw one, she'd
Get a
throw
little
it
closer.
a little shorter,
There you
a
go.
little shorter,
Yep.
and lured it into a cage.
Yeah.
They took her to the vet. This lady picked her up. She said this dog belonged to somebody.
Yeah.
Because she moved into my house. She sleeps on a rug. She's housebroke. She's
Yeah.
potty trained.
So
And
that's a shame.
now the only shame is she rides in a Jeep
Not a Bronco.
instead of a Bronco.
What's wrong with people?
But we talk about cars. Now we're
Yeah.
talking about dogs. But
Right.
Well, speaking of, or not speaking of, ooh, that's not good. You're going to have to take that out.
what?
Speaking of other things,
Wait, what was the problem?
the problem is,
I didn't hear
She's
it.
going to kill me for this.
Uh-oh,
So
here
you
it
remember
comes.
remember Angela who came on our show, who was the pinup girl,
Yes.
who came on and everything. Well, she asked me to mention for her, she is in the top 10 finalists for the Rocklahoma.
I saw her post on Facebook the other day.
Yeah. To be the representative
Yeah,
for the
great.
Rocklahoma. So
You should grab that and share it on our page.
yeah, I will grab it and put it on our page.
Perfect.
And if you're listening, go to the Rocklahoma page. I think you'll see where they're having the contest. And be sure to vote for her since she was on our show. We want to support and make sure she gets.
Did you just call her a dog?
See, TJ.
Yeah, you're gonna have to.
I
take
was
that
really
one out.
trying to.
I got you, Angela.
Vote for Angela.
Vote for Angela.
I was just trying to segment away from that.
Oh man.
So, anyways,
Okay, now I'm going to have to go back and listen to it to see why you called. She was a nice lady, and you called her a dog.
Oh
I
no.
did not call her a dog.
Oh, no.
Never mind.
She is a great friend
And-
of mine, and we've been friends for a very long time.
So, did we ever say that Earl actually had LASIK surgery today, or did I let the people think he was in
getting
Hawaii?
there, right. Hawaii LASIK surgery, hand in hand.
He sent us a note about 3:30 and said he had to get his eyes LASIKed. Does that mean he has a cataract instead of a Rinkin?
Wah.
You get it?
I'm too old.
I'm too old. Hey, it's so everybody's good. Steve McQueen, you're feeling good.
I'm doing
You're,
good, man.
what do you-
Glad to be back.
What have you been doing? I know you've taken on some new things
I
at the
have.
job.
I have. So I'm now the director for a program called Work Ready Oklahoma here. And so we're excited about it. We're going to kick off in the community on August 28th with a meeting for potential corporate partners. We're trying to build a corporate base so we can put people to work here
Right.
in Tulsa. So, yeah, that's coming up. We're also having a 2-week class beginning on September 16th for people who are interested in really, increasing their skills for the workplace to be successful. So that's coming up too. Good things happening.
So, do you have a class for guys my age that are tired of working?
Well, yeah,
How can I retire?
Yeah.
exactly.
I mean, for us guys that are ready to just take our convertibles and move to the beach.
I think we can help you with that. First, it starts with letting me drive your car for the next week, and then we can evaluate and see where we go from there.
I think
an assessment.
I think when that tick bit you, you bumped
Right,
your head.
right. I see it.
Okay.
It's still parked right over there too, in case the folks want
Look,
to know.
baby lives in climate control.
Yes, it does.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I did drive it weekend before last.
Mm-hmm.
So, cool. What
Well,
car
it's-
news? What are we gonna?
Oh.
Okay,
Well,
let's talk
actually,
about
TJ
this.
talked about what that show.
What show?
What was it?
The car show
Yeah.
in California?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Oh yeah.
Monterey Car Week?
Monterey Car Week.
What's that all about?
I know Jay Leno's there.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of the biggest car shows in the world in terms of money. I mean, it's all the
Now-
nicest hypercars, supercars, and luxury cars.
Isn't that tied in somehow with the Concourse d'Elegance at Pebble Beach?
I think so. And I was looking it up. I saw something about Pebble Beach, but I just know a lot of YouTubers I follow who do like car YouTube channels. They're all there right now, so
Nice.
it's a big deal.
And yet we're here.
Yeah,
Monterey Car Week. Yeah, they got a whole big webpage on it.
That's it's more like McLarens and
Yeah, I mean,
Well,
nicest expensive cars you can think of.
supercars.
Well, and also some really cool vintage. You know, when you think of the cars that go to Pebble Beach and Monterey,
Yeah.
these are concourse cars. You know, they might never get driven.
I don't know what a concourse car is.
Well, it's if you took if you remember the Shelby meet,
Right.
they used to, when they did it over at the hotel, out at the car show, they had some cars that were underneath those covers.
Yeah.
Over there for the car show. These
Right.
are concourse cars. So they have to be restored and maintained to certain specifications.
Okay.
So
True top 10 cars.
true
right?
top
True.
10. Earl didn't pick these. Okay. So if you went in and on a concourse car and the butt connector that plugged in the radio was supposed to be a certain size and a certain color,
Oh, I see what you're saying.
and it was not on that particular car, it might not qualify or have enough points to be a concourse car.
Oh, so the more original it is.
Yes, it has to be. It has to be original.
So that gets pretty hard as they get old. I mean, as the cars get older.
Oh yeah, and most of those they'll do a rotisserie restoration and the whole 9 yards. And you know what that is?
No.
It's where they
You should rotisserie.
Sort of
You
has
get excited.
Stewart. And they turn it.
All of a sudden, I could see his mind walking through.
It's good.
He was picturing Red Rock Canyon and the chickens when you go in the door. A rotisserie restoration is basically like your chickens.
Okay.
They hang that car from each end, and then they can rotate it over and over to restore the car.
Wow.
So you can actually turn the bottom of the car up right here
So that you
and
can
work
work on the
it,
bottom.
as opposed to working over your head on a lift or
Wow, that's actually kind of cool.
something of that nature. I would bet, because you and I, or you, have talked to the folks out at Concord, Duesenberg, out here in Broken Arrow. I bet they do some rotisserie
Fascinating.
chickens.
Which is another one we need to go back to try to get.
So they used to call the old Trans Am a fire chicken.
Mm-hmm.
So if you did a restoration on it, would it be a rotisserie fire chicken? I mean, I'm just asking.
There's some sound effects.
I need that sound effect, I
Right.
think.
But Monterey Car Week is I mean, this is where guys
Now,
like,
how does it compare to Barrett Jackson?
well, Barrett Jackson's an auction. This is a car show.
Oh, okay.
Now, I'm not
Multiple car shows.
yeah, I'm not saying there's not some of them for sale,
Right.
but
it's not designed that way.
it's not designed that way. You'll have guys, and TJ can jump in here, like Jay Leno, Tim Allen, and I bet Jerry Seinfeld owns one of the largest Porsche collections in the world,
Oh, I didn't know that.
and he's probably got some cars there. Or this is where the big names and the big money show up.
Okay.
Okay, there's not a tuner in the crowd. There's probably not a Mustang in the crowd unless it was one that.
Like an old GT or something.
No, the GTD might be there.
Yeah, the GTD might be there because I would bet Mr. Farley's a big supporter of this event because he's an old classic car guy.
Yeah.
But it's supposed to be a cool deal.
When is that going on?
Hang
Right
on,
now.
right now.
Oh,
I think August 9th through.
I looked it up.
very cool.
Yeah, look it up. I don't remember when it ends.
Well, on the show, we're going to have somebody that has, well, it's not really that, though. It's more classic cars.
August 9th through August the 18th.
Okay. Right now.
Monterey, there's actually an interactive car map on here. A lot of times they'll do a cruise for all the old vintage cars.
Mm-hmm.
And if you, here,
Cool.
Mr.
Yeah. Let me take a
Mr.
look at
Data Man, I don't want to put my readers back on. As
it.
I've just accepted it.
at Pebble Beach at the Concourse d'Elegance, they'll take all these old cars and go on a cruise with them. One year, Jay Leno drove his steam engine car.
I've heard about this. I've never seen it.
Yeah, he's got several of the old Stanley steamers.
So it's not cars and coffee; it's cars and cocktails.
Yes,
Much
that's
better.
right.
Calamari.
Much better.
I love it.
Calamari, that's a Lotus, isn't it?
I think that's something you eat.
A squid or something.
I think that's a sea creature.
You have to be real careful with the calamari because sometimes it squirts that ink out at you.
Oh,
Yeah.
Not that.
Sure.
That's an octopus, boys.
I was just going to let you go with it. I was
Yeah. It
yeah.
so that is cool. It's a little different in cars and coffee.
Mm-hmm.
You talk about cool cars. I was running home the other night, down 75. I get down by the house, and I turn off and under the bridge on 121st Street, and I look up, and it's about dusky dark. It's 8:30, going on 9 o'clock, and I look at these taillights. Now, I've been in and around the car business for 38 years. Been into cars since I was about 10, and I'm looking at these taillights going, what is that? It just looked funny.
Right.
The closer I got and the closer I got and the closer I got, I realized it was somewhere between a 90, 95-ish right-hand drive Skyline
Wow.
running around.
Like an R34?
Yeah,
Wow.
right down there in Glen. It was getting up on the highway in Glenpool. And I was talking about that car the other day, and I guess the young man that owns it works here in town for a car dealership. So
Just like a sales guy or what?
he's a mechanic.
Oh, well, that kind of makes sense.
There's a guy here that knows him.
They always get pretty cool cars.
You have to be a mechanic or something to have those kind of cars. You got to know what you're doing on them.
Well, yeah, because who's going to work on it?
Yeah.
I don't know, guys. This just kind of got diminished in my eyes. I mean, what is that? Sorry,
it's probably a European.
it's European. It's tuner.
No.
It's a tuner.
Speaking of,
Sorry,
Hang on. I personally like the
interject.
I like the oak or hickory bumper.
Right.
yeah,
I don't know what.
Nice finish. Sorry. For that.
So it was just cool, and the reason we brought TJ back with us today because it just made me think that day of
tuners.
now is a Skyline a tuner car?
Not an R. I mean, yeah, an R34 is. I would say it's a tuner, but it's also like on the verge of being just like a old supercar.
Oh, and it is a supercar.
Yeah. It has like the look of a tuner car, but it's got the power of like
That's an old Packard.
of just a supercar. I mean, it's
Here you go,
they're-
T-Home.
they're
Here's
So-
what you see at Monterey.
Oh yeah, that's what I saw. One of those at that place in Broken Arrow.
And it's very similar. This is a Packard. You were looking at a Duesenberg. It's about
Yep.
the same car.
Yeah,
But go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was just saying it looks like a tuner. You know, it's when you go to car shows, it's usually on the tuner side of them, but
Right.
it's a supercar inside. Like they're fast. It'll beat your Mustang.
Oh, there's very few things that'll run with an old Skyline.
so
Speaking of exactly what he just said.
so because we have this debate all the time, and we are always talking about what the tuner car was not a tuner car. I went online and went to the good old Chat GPT,
Uh-oh.
who knows everything.
Right.
What is?
And I asked
hey, whoa,
it-
whoa, whoa. What's chat?
Uh-oh. He's messing around with that
PGT.
AI. Look out.
GPT.
You told me I was not allowed to mess with AI.
He's messing around with that AI.
Did I say that?
Yes, you did.
Okay, well,
Because I asked you what is the Gemini AI, and you said you were scared of it.
I said that.
Yes.
Well,
Okay.
anyways, GPT.
So they said. So they have a guide. I had him print me up a guide about what is a tuner car. And I'm not going to read this whole thing. I'll put it online if people really want to look
and
at
I
it.
disagree with it.
But
Uh-oh.
Oh, but wait.
one of the things we talked about was Mustangs. And in here, it does say that Mustangs can qualify to be a tuner car.
Which is why it's wrong.
Now, I will. Wait. I
What
agree
number
With,
is that under?
I agree with this
Travis.
portion. What qualifies as a
think I-
tuner car? Honda, Civic, Subaru WRX,
Oh.
Nissan. Now it does say a
Skyline.
Nissan Skyline
Right.
That's funny. It literally says.
It does.
right there.
Yeah, I had one that printed up and it said Mustang. I had printed up a different one.
No Mustang here.
Influences for the culture. I mean, and hey, I'm gonna clear something up here. I'm not against the tuner car culture. It's just not my thing.
Yeah.
I know.
Well, you sparked a controversy. We had a reel that kind of popped off.
I'm still getting.
Yeah.
Every time I go to analytics, every
Right.
day, I get like 9 or 10 people who have commented on this tuner car situation that we have.
We've created a situation.
Created a monster.
Just on Instagram, it had 26,000 views,
What?
149 comments, 473 shares.
Right.
And the comments were filled with people kind of mad at you
Uh-oh.
because we were talking
Randy
about
Pierce.
Subarus
Right.
and WRXs, and you said, well, not much will run a tune to WRX. And people were kind of mad because it's really the STI. A base WRX is like just a base WRX, but the STI is like the souped up Subaru.
Look,
So people were just mad at the semantics of that.
look. Let me tell you what they can do with their semantics. Okay.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, but he had comments too. I mean, it wasn't just that.
Look,
Yeah.
here's the thing I noticed. You can hang a picture of your grandma on Facebook,
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
and somebody's
Be
going to
careful.
badmouth it.
Okay.
oh well, sure.
You know? Whoa, what's the matter?
I don't know. We're
Are you my
I don't know.
DCPI over
no, I
here
was
trying to
just
keep me out of
waiting.
trouble?
I was waiting for it. We had
It-
comments earlier. We had to kind of pause on it. And I just want to
Well,
make
that's
sure.
because Travis called that woman a dog.
Golly, that's what I'm talking about.
I mean, you talk about semantics.
Oh my god.
Oh no, we're gonna get the comments now.
You just don't even know.
That's
I'm not
right.
even gonna live that down.
No.
You knew going into a podcast what it was going to be.
Well, I know, but I'm just saying what I said.
And you
I was trying to transition like cleverly, and it
you
just failed.
actually
I did not.
convinced me to do this.
Oh, well, sure.
So when I go off on a tangent, it's your fault.
Oh, you're talking about this?
No. This is not tangent. I get it. It's
This is
it is what it is.
This is good. We had good we had more good comments.
Look, any press is good press, boys.
Yeah.
He had
Yeah, I
some
mean, there was a couple making fun of me, but
Now, why? Now, I got a
what did they say
question
about
though.
you.
You're a tuner guy, so why would they make fun of you?
okay, well, I'm not a tuner guy. I just like tuners. I'm not really a car guy. And I mean, I'm a car guy, but like
You drive
I'm
a
also-
Maverick.
I'm also not a car guy at the same time. Like,
He's a car guy, dude. He talks.
He is a
about
car
cars all
guy.
the time.
I guess so. But
You're a
there's a guy
car
who made fun
guy.
of me because in the podcast I was like, well, one of the most legendary tuners of all time, and a guy commented with the nerd emoji, and he was like, one of the most legendary tuners of all time. And I was like, all right, that's pretty funny.
It's good press, man. It's what you want.
It's okay.
Yeah.
You know, here's the thing. I knew going into this, we would get some of that, but that's great for business.
Yeah, no, it was cool.
You know, a very wise man that Travis and I both know said one time, son, any press is good press. Right, Travis?
Yeah.
I'm just trying to think who it was.
That was a little guy.
Oh, I can't. I'm not saying any names.
No.
Okay.
He always said, any press is good press.
Well, it's true.
And so, you know, the comments, the tuners, the non-tuners, the only place I get confused is what qualifies. Okay? Because I'll look at a car, and I'm just going to give you an example. I understand the V8 muscle car, as you call it, can't be a tuner.
Right.
Okay? But if I build a EcoBoost turbo car, got a turbo,
It's a muscle car.
why can't it? How is it a
Because
muscle car?
I mean, it's the same body as a regular Mustang,
Okay, so
just different engine.
if wait a minute. Now I'm really confused. So what is the tuner?
Well, tuner is a lot about the culture, not
Okay.
just the mods you do to the car. I mean, it comes from, you know, imports like Japan and Korea and places like that. I mean, even Germany has, you know, the GTI, which is the.
How about a Dodge Neon?
Wait, look at your AI. Look at your AI report, Randy.
Oh, my AI.
Come, look at your AI report.
I got
Aesthetic modifications.
aesthetic modification.
That's right.
Yeah, I mean, if you watch Tokyo Drift, I think you would know exactly what I'm talking about. But
Drifting, that's not racing.
no, the movie's called Tokyo Drift, but it's just
Did you hear Travis's sigh when I said that?
I heard it.
I didn't. He sighed.
No,
That wasn't
no,
me.
Somebody sighed.
Somebody sighed.
I wasn't me. I
That
swear.
was hilarious. Okay, so like custom bumpers,
Yep.
side skirt spoilers, diffusers. Okay, so following this,
yeah.
wheels and tires.
Okay.
Wait a minute. Custom paints, vinyl wraps, lightweight wheels. That Mach-E right there is a tuner.
That's an EV.
So I asked a specific question: what qualifies a car as a tuner car?
Right.
And the answer was a car qualifies as a tuner car when it undergoes a significant modification that goes beyond factory specifications,
I saw
aiming
that.
to improve performance, aesthetic, and both. Typically, tuner cars start as a base model that has potential for modification, such as lightweight chassis, a well-built engine, or a vehicle known in its potential like a Honda Civic, Subaru WRX, and the Nissan Skyline.
Right.
Ultimately, a tuner car is a personal expression of an owner's taste and goals, whether it's achieving a fast quarter mile, long distance, or simply creating a unique eye-catching experience.
And I want to go back to Mr. Comment Man.
He's shaking his no. He's
Subaru
like, no,
WRX
that's
is
not
listed
it.
right there.
Yeah. I mean,
not
the
it.
WRX is a tuner, but the STI is just the one that you should have referred to in the last podcast.
Look, I'm going to refer to whatever I want.
All that.
I'm not reading a script.
Look, the problem with this is just because you mow the lawn doesn't mean you're a landscaper. Like, there's this. Yeah, sure, the Mustang might
like
fall
that.
under.
Hear that, Ray April? You're not a landscaper.
The Mustang might fall under some of these modifications and some of these things,
Well,
but at the end of the day, it's not part of.
I'm not talking about a Mustang at this point, but I think a Skyline
Yeah,
is a tuner car.
yeah. I mean, it. Yeah, I would call it.
It fits the bill,
Yeah.
and it's bad.
It's a cool. Yeah, it's one of my
I
favorite
mean,
cars.
it's just slick as it. I in my life, in 38 years of following, have only seen 2 Skylines up close.
I don't think I've ever seen one.
This one was sitting at the red light the other night, and when I lived in Nashville, a transport truck came through, was unloading some pre-owned cars off the back, and the first car on the front by the cab was an old Skyline. And I wanted to know, could he unload it? He said no.
I'll take that, please.
I'll take that one. But for the longest time, you couldn't get a Skyline brought into America.
It'd be really expensive to import it. I mean, they still have to do that with the right-hand drive ones.
Mm-hmm.
Those are all imported. I would love to import a car from Japan or any of those countries.
It's
but
really expensive.
Yeah, it's really expensive.
So here's the question. TJ Hall, Mr. Tuner.
Okay.
No, this will be a fun question.
All right.
Ultimate money, no object.
Yeah.
What tuner car do you go import for you?
I don't even, if money's not involved, I'm not even importing. I'm just going to get an old E30 M3 BMW.
But what you said you wanted to import, what would you go import? What's that cool car you'd go find?
I really like the old Honda S2000s. If it was
I
specifically
remember
like,
those.
if it was like an import car just to get the right hand drive, I'm not really sure. Maybe like an old Supra.
Okay. I'll go with the Supra.
Yeah.
Supras were pretty cool.
Dude, Supra's.
Although, weren't they just Mitsubishis?
I seen a.
Supra's Toyota.
Yeah, Toyota.
I know, but this. I think there was a Supra that had a Mitsubishi engine in it.
I think Travis is in pain.
I'm trying to remember because I sold them way back in the day.
Right.
And I do recall an issue with when you bought them, even though it was a Toyota, the engines were Mitsubishi engines in the Supra. Now, everyone in the comments, correct me because I'm just kind of guessing, but I thought that was a thing.
And I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not.
Because back then they kind of mixed sometimes. I mean,
I do know I saw one of the new Supras the other day.
Mm-hmm. This was old Supra, not new.
It is a good looking car.
I want one so bad. I mean, it's just I'm pretty sure it's just the BMW M3 engine. I could be wrong, so don't test me. But
Hey, somebody make a comment.
Somebody post it.
no, this new Supra is actually what I was considering before I got the Maverick.
Right.
I was going to save up another year, a year and a half, 2 years, because I really want that Supra.
Mm-hmm.
I love the look of it. I love the old ones, the new ones.
Let me
did
tell you a
really
little
good.
secret. For you, the cost of the car is not the issue. It's
What is-
the insurance for that car that'll kill you.
Oh, well, I don't
Not for
pay
him
that.
because Dad pays for the insurance.
Oh,
Tell him 25.
Imagine that.
Dad better take out a second mortgage. Yeah, that was the unfortunate part I remember. When you get to be my age, they don't care.
yep.
They figure you're not going to drive like a fool anymore. Little do they know.
Yeah, I was going to say,
You
that's
know,
actually the opposite.
15 minutes from
15
anywhere.
minutes from anywhere in Tulsa.
From 25 to 55.
That's right.
Yes.
Yeah.
After 55, it should go back up.
To be fair, if I bought a car like a Supra, he'd make me pay insurance.
Well,
It's
yeah,
not something he would.
I would too.
All right.
But
That's why you don't have kids.
no,
oh gosh.
I don't have kids, so I can afford cool things
Like a Mustang that I cannot buy.
instead of insurance.
That's true. That's true.
So, what do you? Hey, chime in here,
What?
Mr. Steve McQueen,
Well,
huh? Tuner car.
Is it a stick? I mean, is
Yeah.
it an automatic? I mean, what are we talking about
It can
here?
be
What's the
both.
transmission?
It can be both,
It could be both. Yeah.
Okay.
That doesn't necessarily matter.
but it
All right.
doesn't have to be tuned.
Nah, it doesn't have to be tuned to be a tuner. I mean, you could just do a lot of cosmetic stuff, which some people might argue that makes it a ricer, but at the end of the day, it's.
Yeah, I can't even get into that.
Now
one.
we're talking about dinner.
Racer.
Remember Earl talked about rice burners is what
Yep.
they used to call them, but now they just call them ricers. You know, like you ever see like the small little Civic driving down the highway with the big
pipes
spoiler,
and
Oh, the big
huge
spoiler.
pipe.
Yes, we saw one of those coming through
Yeah.
Jinx the other day, and my lovely wife goes, "That's a tuner." How do you know? You've been hanging out with TJ?
It's probably true.
It absolutely was true. So this is wonderful. I can read and study and know.
I'll make you a better one.
He says he's going to make me the right one. Racing seats and a harness. Gauges and instruments. All cars have that.
See, exactly.
Well, then you make us one
Yeah, with
that has
pictures.
all the guidelines and everything that you think, and then we'll put it online and we'll let everybody out there see and ask what they think if it's true or not.
Hey,
'Cause
go ahead.
there's a lot of opinions about this stupid tuner thing.
Well, you know what they say about opinions, but we can't cover that. It's a family show.
Family show.
Like I
Well,
said, I'm
let's
not
just-
a car guy. I'm just trying to inform the older folk.
Okay, look, I hate to tell you this. You are a car guy, whether you want to admit it or
I
not.
know.
I've watched you at car shows drool on the hood. Okay?
He talks about them all the time too. I mean, it's not a. I mean, he may drive a Maverick, but he's only 20 something. So I mean, he just can't afford the car that he wants.
It's funny, every time he crawls in his Maverick, I hear him yell, "Talk to me, Goose."
You get that Top Gun.
Maverick is a nice truck, man.
I love my truck.
Yeah.
I do love it. I just also want a sports car.
So why? Hey, but wait.
Oh.
The Maverick is turboed.
Yeah.
Yes.
That car's
Why
nice.
don't we
Truck is nice.
slam it?
It's not
trick it out.
It's not a tuner, though.
Because I don't want to slam it. I mean,
But
you
it would
talk-
be a tuner.
But it can't be a tuner, right?
No, it would just be a. It would just be in the truck.
A mini
right.
truck.
If you really modify it, I mean, like really put a whole body kit on it, slam it, wide body it, you could call it a tuner.
There's one that I see
You could,
parked.
if you
Come
do that
on,
with it.
man. You're
I mean,
changing
hey,
gears here
I said
on
last
us.
time the Hoonicorn, the
Well,
Mustang.
I know
that
the
Ken Block
Hoonicorn.
made,
Yeah.
I call
Right.
that a tuner. So I guess at the end,
But
of the
that
day,
was a V8.
if you fully, I mean, it's okay. The
But you're
Hoonicorn is a muscle car, but it looks like a tuner.
But you're changing the whole composition of the car.
When-
That's my opinion. That's
When
not,
he first
Yeah.
built it, however, I don't think it was a tuner because the first version was normally aspirated, no turbos, raw horsepower.
Yeah.
700 horse, 650 horse out of an old 65 all-wheel drive
Yeah,
Mustang.
that thing's amazing.
Have you watched that video?
I have. It's awesome.
Rest in peace. Dude was amazing. But then he comes back and twin turbos it and sticks the turbos up out of the hood.
It's awesome.
So I think that could be a tuner.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, my opinion is the Hoonicorn is a tuner to me, but like to some people that might just be a souped up muscle car.
Yeah.
I just think the way he built it, the body kit he put on it, it just looks so the way it's boxy and to me that's it. Now with my Maverick, I want to put a blow off valve on it, put an exhaust on it. It'd be cool to slam it, but like I just feel like that would take away the truck aspect to it of having the good suspension,
Okay.
being higher up.
I will say I saw a picture of that Maverick when they slam them,
They're cool.
and they're actually kind of cool looking. Some of these trucks they do, or they lift these Broncos,
Right.
which is just asinine.
If I had another daily, I would consider it,
yeah,
but I don't. So I don't want to just make my daily where I have to go so slow over
he's-
speed
Yeah.
bumps,
driving like this.
go at an
Right.
angle
I
on
rem-
driveways.
I remember when you had that car.
Yes,
Which one?
the Genesis.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
the old black one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a cool car.
Didn't you have a little white hot rod car of some sort?
That was the Scion.
Scion, that was it. That's the one I remember.
I had the silver Scion TC,
Mhm.
and then I had the Genesis, which had a blow-off valve and exhaust on it.
Here's a funny story. That
Are those tuners?
The Genesis was.
Genesis was.
the Scion.
Why not the Scion?
The Scion can be. The Scion, yeah.
It
We
just
just
wasn't-
didn't do anything to that.
Yeah,
one.
it was just
Okay.
a basic car that I crashed 3 times.
But I will tell you a funny story with that Scion. I bought that car 3 times.
Right.
Uh-oh.
We bought it once, crashed it. I put more money back into it, about as much as I paid for it to fix it.
Right.
Well, he didn't tell me you can't drift in a front-wheel drive, and I was 16 and didn't know. So I tried drifting twice,
Crashed
crashed
it
twice.
again.
I was doing donuts with the e-brake in a parking lot.
Dad,
I didn't have oil.
Dad, I'm not doing anything. I don't know what's going on. I don't know why it's happening to me. And then I see videos 2 years later of him smoking the tires
Yeah.
down in the driveway of his school.
Oh yeah, I was doing
Nice.
donuts. And last day of school,
That's what happens sometimes.
I was doing donuts.
Hey, look. It's okay.
Oh
But-
yeah,
It's okay.
School's overrated.
yeah.
Hey, he got through it. And, the Genesis he did take care of. I mean, he
Yeah,
kind
not
of
one
babied
scratch.
he kind of babied that one. So
Hey, look, I enjoyed high school. It was the best 6 years of my life.
good.
Well done.
That was my only speeding ticket was in high school.
Yep.
I was going really fast.
Mm-hmm.
I topped out the car, the TC, which was only like
Really fast.
I
It's
don't
like
know.
110. I
no,
think.
it was 125. I just don't know if I should say that, but it was 125. And
125.
as I was slowing down, the highway patrol clocked me at 102.
Right.
And so it was, $400 citation. So in the Genesis,
Yeah, but he also gave you a break
Yeah, he did.
because anything over 100, he could have
Taking your car.
taken your
Yeah.
car.
yeah, he did take it down to like 95 to 100, but then he put in the note on the bottom 102. I was like,
Right.
what was the point of? But,
because he didn't
yeah.
want to tow your car.
He's
Right.
saying, I saw you.
Yeah.
I saw you, but I really don't want to have to sit here until the tow truck shows
Right.
in.
Right.
I'm
Yeah.
late for dinner.
And I was scared to push the Genesis just because of that whole thing, and I was still living under his roof, and
Yeah.
I wanted to be respectful and not get in trouble with I mean, the Genesis probably could have gone up to 135, 140, but I didn't. I was just too scared to test it, to be honest. I want to take a nice car on like a drag strip and I've always wanted to feel what it feels like to go 150 miles per hour because I've just never done that.
Earl can probably get you a ride at 2 hundo.
That'd be sick. I would do that.
Is that fast they go out there?
Some of them. Earl has got some guys that have cars that clip 225 in an eighth mile.
We need to get out. We need to get out there and haul it before the season's over. I know we keep saying that, but I would like to get out there to haul it.
Hallett is now. I'm not a drag race guy. Okay, I love to go to Hallett.
Yeah. That's a regular racetrack, right?
It is a road course, so it's not go fast, turn left.
Yeah.
Right.
It's left turns
Precision.
and right
Do you
turns.
drive it, Randy?
Up the hill,
Have
down.
you
his
taken your
Mustang.
car on it? Not in your Mustang?
My car has run Hallett,
Right.
but I haven't run Hallett in it.
Okay.
Gary Patterson has. There's photos of him running Hallett in that car.
In the
I
car.
would not want to
Wow.
do that in a rear-wheel drive car.
Well, that's all they run out
That's
there,
what it
sir.
is.
Really?
Yeah.
Not all
Well,
drives?
during the Mustang event,
Okay.
Right.
we have some guys here in the back that go out there and run. They have dates that come through that are just, I think they call them power tours, and you'll have everything from a V6 Mustang to a $250,000 Porsche out there running. The big change between the different track setups, like I've said, is nobody at Hallett really wants to fight. Okay? And I got that from one of my techs that runs out there all the time. But Hallett is it's a great road course, and it's 45 minutes out here in Jennings. And they run some big races out there. And Earl knows the guy, Mr. Bergeron, who's their head race instructor at Hallett. We service his cars here. And he's just a nice guy.
We need to get him on the show.
He went to Le Mans.
Wow.
Oh, that's
Oh, did he?
And all those Mustang teams that you saw that were racing, he brought Jeff Leslie an autographed Le Mans hat. You can see it right there. 24 Hours of Le Mans, and the race team signed it.
That's
Wow.
cool.
That is cool.
We should, as a Hot Rod Lounge crew, go to one of those cool go-kart tracks, like the legit ones, where they put the helmet on you and everything, and race as a team.
You know why he says that? Because he's never beaten me.
Okay, well, we've never raced on an actual
He's never. His whole life, it's really
incredible
Well,
piece of
here's-
It really bothers him.
Here's all I want
I'd
you boys
smoke
to
it now.
remember before we get to a go-kart racetrack. I believe rubbing is racing.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, I'm
Okay.
slamming you.
Push,
all good.
shove,
I'm pit maneuvering you,
It's all
Randy.
good.
bang, slap.
Let's go.
I'll make you hit the curb like a Mustang will.
Let's. My Mustangs never hit a curb, sir.
Well, you don't drive it.
The one that'd really be cool, if we ever get to Austin, the Circuit of the Americas has a go-kart track that's a mini version of the Circuit of the Americas.
Don't they have a dragster on there too? Can't you get in a dragster?
I don't think so. That's a road course, sir.
Okay. I thought they had in one section they had that, and there's another section they have a dragster that you can sit in. It's kind of controlled,
Right.
but you get the feeling and speed of it.
I have done that.
Oh, okay.
There used to be a place in Dallas that did
Maybe
that.
that's what I'm thinking. It was right off the highway.
Right off the highway.
Okay.
I don't know that it's there anymore.
I
but
may have been thinking of that.
that the Austin Circuit of the Americas is that those go-karts look like a lot of fun. What do you think? You want to go-kart
Let's
racing?
go. Let's go do it.
We can do it. We can do it.
It'd be so fun.
So
We've got.
you keep twiddling your fingers at me.
Well, that's because we're at time.
Time.
I mean,
And we're getting blinded by the sun.
and
over
the
here.
sun's coming in.
Blinded
I would like to
by
say-
the light.
We've got some pretty cool shows coming up.
We do.
We won't spoil them.
I'm not going to spoil them too much, but
There's one that's in a secret location,
okay,
like the Bat Cave.
okay.
Okay.
We'll build suspense.
That must
for it.
not be what I'm thinking of, but okay.
We're going to go to a place where there are some really cool cars, and it's an undisclosed location. We have to wear blindfolds when we go in.
Oh,
Arrive in a-
I know what you're talking about now.
Yes,
Okay.
we'll be in the
Yeah,
Bat
we'll be
Cave.
doing that too. That'll be closer to fall.
Fall.
He didn't want it because there's no AC in this
Yeah, there's
place.
no AC.
So we'll do that
It's
closer to
it's,
fall.
It's undisclosed and hot.
Undisclosed.
We've got a hot rod restoration. I think we're
Yep.
going to be booked. So we'll have somebody on talking about real
And-
hot rodding.
And can we actually give the name of the other one?
Yeah.
Of the
Yeah, because she's totally excited.
we're gonna broadcast live one night from Gateway Classic Cars
Yeah.
That's awesome.
out at they actually have a showroom here in town now,
Mm-hmm.
and I've never been in it. Steve Hahn, tell
Really?
us, is it a
Yeah,
pretty cool place?
it's amazing. It's right there, 169 and 71st Street, and you're going to go in there and see all kinds of cars. You're going to see Fords, Mustangs. You're going to see Chevys. You're going to see
I mean, you
Model Ts. You're going to see everything in there.
when you walk in, first of all, they have like a 57 Thunderbird that sits in the little entry.
Right.
And then when you walk in, I was like, oh my God. I mean, there was a Model.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if it's a Model T, but
Wait.
I mean, they had
What year model was it?
1920.
That's an A. No, that's a T.
So it was a bit of everything. They had a whole section of
Yeah.
Mustangs. They had a section of Thunderbirds, Corvette. I mean, it's a really cool place. I'm really
Right.
looking forward to talking
Yeah.
to them about it because
And
it's.
isn't that next Tuesday we're supposed to go there?
We'll film it next Tuesday, but I don't know when we'll actually. When it'll actually. It should be our next episode.
Right.
So not today, which is Sunday, because that's when they're listening to it, but the following Sunday. So not next Sunday.
Today is Sunday.
Sunday.
It is. Today is Sunday.
Sunday.
In the magic of Hollywood, today is Sunday.
In the
Happy
magic
Sunday,
of
everybody.
Hollywood. Happy Sunday. We hope you're having a great Sunday, family dinner, all those things.
Well, I mean,
Is it dinner time?
What do you want to talk about?
I want to plug my
Yeah.
thing.
And
Plug
then-
your thing.
Well, since I'm not on here really ever, I don't know how many times I'm going to be on here. I'm usually behind the camera. I just want to plug Scotch Media Group
Absolutely.
because that's my dad and I's company, and we just do everything: video work, social media. You know, whether it's a wedding or it's a corporate video or a commercial, we do it. So if any of you are watching this and want car photos, or if you have a company, we're here for it. And I just wanted to plug that while I'm here.
And I'm going to plug this. You guys do great work.
No,
Thank
thank
you.
you.
You've done the work here for as long as I can remember. And as far as some of the social media stuff that you do for the dealership, my social media stuff, the Hot Rod Lounge stuff, it's always A plus.
Well, thank you.
You know, it's world class.
Thank you.
We have many arguments over how it's supposed to be done, but
Yeah.
it usually ends up coming up really nice.
It does come up really nice, even through the arguments. So, T Hall,
Yes,
is it
sir.
time?
It is time.
I'm waiting on the music.
I got it.
Hey, there it is.
There it is.
No, wait, you got to wait for that one part.
We'll have to.
Here it is. You ready?
Yeah.
Hey, we're going to get out of here. TJ, it's always good to have you here.
Thanks for having me.
I appreciate the tuner guide, so I know. T Hall, it's always great to be with you.
Thank you.
My
Love it.
buddy Steve McQueen Hahn.
Thanks, sir.
Good to have you here, my friend, back from the Tick Bite. And we hope next time to have Prince Earl
We'll have everybody together next time.
For
Wait, actually, we won't.
for the for all the Hot Rod Lounge crew. I'm Randy Pierce and TJ Hall and Travis Hall and Steve McQueen Hahn. I'll see you down the road.